qualifying process is very important after you complete the greeting process or the greeting section to qualify the customer. Now, remember, within the greeting, you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to let them know who you work for. You're going to let them know the reason why you're calling. You're going to remind them of the conversation we've had in the shopping center, and you're going to request a couple seconds for us to give them more information. After you're done with this section, you're going to go into the qualifying section. Now, when you qualify a customer, you really don't have to go into details and ask them all the details of their situation. You just need to ask maybe about 4 to 5 different questions, and they're very basic. You got to keep it basic, but you have to ask them these questions, because if you don't ask them and you give them a quote, they're going to determine that the quote is wrong because we never got at least their basic information. They're going to tell themselves, they're giving me a price, but they don't even know what car I drive. So it's very important to ask. So the number one qualifying question is their zip code. You're going to ask them not necessarily your address, just the zip code. That's all we need. Number 2, you're going to find out if they have insurance. So you're going to ask them, sir, do you currently have insurance? And if they do have insurance, you're going to ask them, what company do they have? How much is their monthly payment? And when is the payment due? If they don't have insurance, you're going to ask them, when was the last time they had insurance? What company did they have? How much were they paying? And why did the policy cancel? Then you're going to ask them for their date of birth. You don't really need to go into details as far as the driver or if there's any other drivers unless they tell you. But don't go into details as far as what type of license do you have, what type of ID do you have, how long have you been driving, do you have any tickets, do you have any accidents. Don't go into details at all. All we need is their date of birth, because we're giving them a basic quote. We just need to at least give them an idea that we're running the information. Number 4, you're going to ask them what coverages Number 4 is the year, make, and model of the vehicle. That's all we need. We don't need the VIN number, just the year, make, and model. How many cars do you have? In this case, you are going to ask how many cars. And then just type in the year, make, and model. That's it. Number 5, what coverages do you have? Do you have liability? Do you have full coverage? Don't go into the details of what liability really offers, or the uninsured motorist, or comp and collision, or the value of the car, or the deductible. Don't go into details at all. Just what coverages do you have? Do you have basic liability or do you have full coverage? And let them tell you. Now, if they give you more information, then you're more than welcome to just write them down and acknowledge them. Don't go into details. Don't fall into their trap. So qualifying questions, that's pretty much all you need to know. And of course, another question, but it's connected to the setting up the appointment, would be how soon can you make it in? If I'm able to save you money, if I'm able to find a lower rate, if I'm able to help you find the lowest option, how soon can you make it in? So this will be your last question within the qualifying. So that would be 6 questions. Number 1, zip code. Number 2, if they have insurance or not and the details of it. Number 3, their date of birth. Number 4, year, make, and model of the vehicle. Number 5, what type of coverages. Number 6, if I'm able to help you find something affordable or help you save a lot of money, how soon can you make it in? Now, this information, we really don't use it too much over the phone besides the last one, but it's an obligation for you to ask them. So this is part of making the quote realistic as well. Even though it's not the information that you're giving them, but you're making sure they understand, look, I collected enough information to give you a quote. And after you're done with the qualifying question, then you transition into giving them the quote. And then after giving them the quote, then you go into making the quote realistic. So make sure to follow this. Keep it simple, keep it basic. Don't go into details.